with them red wheels, the red body. Woo! When that body come out, I'm gonna buy that body. All right, guys, Urbanlegandrc RC coming back at you with another one. As you can see, we have the Hosim X17 Venum 1/8 scale RC car. Hosim, let's start off from the beginning. Hosim 1/8 scale RC car. So really, this is a 1/10 scale, guys. So Hosim is a little off with their scale. So let's go ahead and get this thing out the box. All right, here it is. As you can see, I've done a little bit of customizations already, guys. Let's start from the beginning. As you can see, I'm at a loss of words. Roadside RC, as well as Derby City RC. Both of those guys have done two completely different videos about this car. So I've watched both videos and I've taken into account of what happened to this one when I was out bashing it. This is the what is this? X08. It's the Hosim X08. I ended up messing up the front diff in that car. Broke a couple gears in the front diff doing backflips. So I decided not to do backflips with this one. Same thing is probably gonna happen. But only difference is this car has a metal chassis, metal A-arms, metal hubs up in there. As you can see, basically everything is metal. The A-arms, the hubs, the links, everything's metal under there. Chassis. So I'm gonna look at it like I look at my WL toy type cars now, my Larlo and things like that. I have bashed them, but it's always something in the long run that happens to those metal chassis, metal A-arms, things like that. So I'm not going to do any bashing right now. I am going to do something, but right this first couple of videos, we're just gonna have some fun with it, do a couple of things with it. But it's the kicker. I've seen this car before. Once you pull this top body shell off, you want to unveil what's underneath. This is the same car that Tommy RC reviewed, and it's called XLF F22 X22 something 22. Same as that car. So I saw some issues that went on with that car. I saw some issues that went on with this car. Basically, shocks, too much oil in them. Center diff doesn't have enough oil in it, so it causes the front wheels to balloon. So what I did was I picked up, shout out to the X-Max guys, silicone earplugs, guys, from Walgreens. I picked up these bad boys. I opened up the center diff. I didn't pull the gears out, anything. I just stuffed the plug down in it, stuffed as much down in there as I could, closed it back up. I probably only used a fourth of an earplug, maybe a fourth. I didn't even use a half, a fourth of one. I probably could have pulled it all apart and really jam-packed it down in there. But I mean, the way I have it, it's distributing the power pretty well, guys. It's not just ballooning the tires in the front. The back tires are doing the same as the front tires now. So I remedied that problem because I did drive it one time and I felt like those front tires were ballooning. I saw that before I even saw roadside RC's video. Before I saw his video, I drove it and I saw the ballooning in the front tires, and then he said the same thing, the ballooning in the front tires. He's saying that he think it's overgeared. So, and his motor was extremely hot. So, as you can see, I installed a fan. And how I installed that fan, guys, I put a two-way splitter right here in the mount, right here, and where the servo goes, right here. Then it comes up here, and it's a splitter, a Y splitter. One goes to servo, the other one goes to, matter of fact, I think I just pulled it out. There we go. All right, so I pulled it out. Y splitter, as you can see, one goes to the lights, the other one goes to the servo, and of course it has this little clip right here that holds the wire. I had holding the wires down. It actually comes on the RC. It holds the servo wire down. But yeah, that's two things I did to remedy a few of the issues that goes on with this car. So I'm trying to iron out the issues before they become issues. You know how that goes. So next thing is the shock oil. I haven't done anything with the shock oil yet, because I ordered some shock oil. The shock oil that I had was a little too thick, so I didn't do anything with the shocks yet. So I'm going to change the shock oil, as well as I'm thinking about adding some hub extenders to widen this thing out, guys, because this thing is the same width as the X08, and the X08 is supposed to be a 1/10 scale, but more like a 1/12 scale. I mean, but that's the same width, guys. Then we got Armor Granite over here. Armor Granite next to, actually, let's take the top off. Armor Granite next to this. I mean, you can tell that's a big difference in the width of those two RC cars right there. So, and the length. I mean, they line up, if you line up the front bumper, but as far as the wheelbase, nah, it's a little too short, as you can see. So this is more of a 1/10 scale, just like the Armor Granite. And this is more of a 1/12 scale. Yeah, guys, I'm just remedying a couple of issues with the car. Put the silicone earplugs in there, and this thing is, I mean, it's distributing the power perfectly. I think those hub extenders may break in the long run, but we already got metal out there anyway, and I doubt this is the most expensive and the hardest metal around. So I mean, I'm thinking about putting some hub extenders on here, changing the wheels out, and that'll give me a wider stance to keep this thing from trying to high side and roll over. That's the reason I'm even thinking about the hub extenders. That's another issue too. Hub extenders because it tries to roll. Shock oil because when you do jump it, it tends to have an extra bounce in the front. From what I saw in the videos, had an extra bounce in the fronts. I didn't jump this car yet. I have done no bashing because I know that front diff is not gonna survive. Just looking at everybody else's video, that's the same issue with Derby City RC. He was bashing the snot out of this thing. I mean, he was sending it. And that's when he messed up the front diff. I think he said it ran like 3 packs through it before he had any issues. You know, I'm just trying to avoid that issue for right now. I mean, eventually I'm gonna get there and bash it, but you know, right now I'm just gonna drive it and race it on like dirt roads and run it whenever I want to run it, wherever I want to run it, you know. I just don't think I'm gonna send it to the moon like they've been sending it, because like I said, I messed up the diff in this and I just put a new diff in here. But the good thing about it is I went on Hosim.com and I ordered this front diff. Man, that thing came in just a few days. I want to say about 5 days, 5-7 days, something like that. 5 or 7 days. Came very fast, very fast, very fast. Because when they sent me the email, I had just ordered it maybe 3 or 4 days prior. They sent me the email and told me that it was like out for delivery, and I was like, what? Out for delivery? Wow. So that was kind of shocking. So yeah, we're getting that very fast. I did look on the website. They don't have any parts listed for this just yet, but I'm sure they'll be coming soon, very, very soon. So X17 Venum. I did paint the wheels up. As you can see, it does come with the red wheels like this one. Actually, they're the same wheels as the X08, exact same wheels. But yeah, guys, I just remedied a lot of the problems. Once the shock oil gets in, we'll be able to do it probably a little more bashing. Waiting on those wheels, the hub extenders to come in, and you'll see the wheels that I'm putting on this thing, guys. We're putting some, I'm gonna tell you, we're putting some 12mm hexes on here. But we're gonna put some big boys on here. And we'll see how that's gonna go. Cause it is real tight in there, man. Look how tight that is. Look how tight that is. That's gonna rub the body. And right here on this side, if you can see, right there, look at that gap. That gap is very minimal. It's next to nothing. But yeah, guys, Hosim X17 1/10 scale. We're gonna go on and call it 1/10 over. It's a 1/10 scale, but they label it as a 1/8 on the box. But I can tell you this. This is what, I'm not gonna lie, I like that one right there. Look at that one right there. With them red wheels, the red body. Woo! When that body come out, I'm gonna buy that body. I ain't gonna lie.